so pretty.
It's 10:30 on Monday night. We're back at work today, and it is 44 degrees outside. It is freaking cold. When I woke up this morning, 6:52 a.m., it was 33, 1 degree above freezing. So today, big progress across the board. Speaking on a customer front, Ken, your 540 is coming along very well. We dug into that today. We got all of the disassembly done. We're torn down, valve covers are off, timing covers are off. The Jesus bolt, as it's called, that's the main 27 millimeter, $25, $30 bolt that goes through the harmonic balancer into the crankshaft. It's a torque to yield bolt. I think the torque spec is something like 70 pounds, 30, 60, 30, or 60, 30, 60. I'll check that out, of course, as we install that, but per my head, that's what I'm coming up with. That comes out with the gun if you're a little bit patient and put a fresh battery in it. Otherwise, you've got to put the counter hold tool on there, take apart a fender liner, take the air duct channel out, and brace against the frame rail for counter hold force, which is a shit ton of force. I had to buy a 42 or 46 or 44 something, a really long breaker bar, 1-inch drive to do that the first time we did that, which was on my 540. So everything's apart. We've got timing guide pieces everywhere. We've got a lot of glitter in the oil. Here's why. So the U-guide in between in the valley of the engine, that's the most brittle part. It's got the most plastic, the most tabs on it. And those tabs probably started breaking off 20,000 miles ago. There's 8 tabs on there. So by the time you get down to 3 or 4, I'm guessing, eventually that U piece of plastic, as the chain moves this way from bank 1 up through bank 2, it just rips that guide off. And when you lose that, you lose a lot of material, and the timing of the engine changes, because now instead of riding against the plastic, you're riding on that aluminum guide. So once the plastic is gone, now you're on that aluminum, you're digging in, shaving down the aluminum, and this is what you experienced in the final minutes or hours, whatever your timeline was, of when you heard noise, when you saw a check engine light, when it didn't feel and sound right. That's what was happening. So initially, it eats through the varnished inside of the timing case, and your engine has minimal varnish. It's actually in really good shape. So that tells us a few things. Your oil change intervals, both long-term and short-term, have been in a pretty healthy interval, which is a good thing. Anyways, it eats through that. There's your gold flake. And then as you dig into the new, never seen the light of day before aluminum past that, there's your bright, shiny, light silver aluminum. And we're seeing that in all 3 timing covers. It just skims, not the whole thing. There's like little extrusions that stick through it, probably as part of the manufacturing or structural reinforcement of the actual part. It eats through that, but it just wears that material away. And then the chain is sitting too far forwards, which changes the geometry and moves the camshafts a little bit. So that's why you see a check engine light. That's why you see camshaft or vanos or over retarded or over advanced timing errors. So everything's apart today, which is good. Put everything in the ultrasonic cleaner, and they're coming out looking like new, which is awesome. You've got caked debris on there, just dirt, oil, grease. The M62 upper timing covers are known to leak. They're rubber, not aluminum or steel, as they are in the S62. And the Vanos solenoid seals are another weak point. In fact, it's been less than 8,000 miles on mine since I resealed it, and I'm already seeing some seeping around that. On yours, we're gonna do a light skim of probably ultra black, a gasket making compound, just to cut that down even further. I've seen that on ones I've taken apart before, and I thought, oh, this is sloppy, you don't need that. Well, evidently you do, because I installed mine perfectly without it, and it's already seeping. So we'll make that correction on your car. Otherwise today, my M5, I'm confident enough that it's back in time. I've got the upper timing covers on. I've got bank 2 valve cover on, which is the more difficult one. Plugs, coils, everything's completely complete on bank 2. So tomorrow we'll finish up bank 1, get the intake manifold, velocity stacks, upper lower plenum put back together. I put the belt drive together today. The radiator, fan shroud, and fan clutch are in. I'm gonna let the ultra black cure for 24 hours before I start, so we'll probably be turning the key on Wednesday in my car this week. Ken, yours is hopefully looking at Friday if nothing goes wrong here. So that was today. I had in and out, watched an episode of All in the Family. It is time for bed. My back and knees hurt like hell, so I'm going to bed. Talk on Tuesday. Night.